fouled out, had 6, and it was the ticky-tack fouls. And again, Caitlin Clark doing a little bit of an acting job. Not sure if that was actually...
I'm not here to apologize. I said what I said about Caitlin, and I meant every word. If that makes people uncomfortable, that's on them.
Caitlin Clark is bringing this money into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white.
The WNBA has always had its share of rivalries, but this is different. This is personal, because right now the league's brightest new star, Caitlin Clark, isn't just breaking records. She's breaking the silence. She's calling out the bullying, the double standards, and what some are saying is the ugliest behind-the-scenes favoritism in the league's history.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. And Caitlin Clark is bringing this money into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white.
And her #1 target? None other than Brittney Griner. We're talking about a feud that's gone from trash talk to possible career-ending revelations. A feud with real receipts. A feud that could force the WNBA to face questions it's been dodging for years. And if what Caitlin's holding is true, it won't just change her career. It could shake the entire league to its core.
Like, we're just scratching the surface. Like, everybody asked me, like, where I think this is gonna go and what it's gonna be. And, like, I don't really have an answer, because if you would have told people this is where the WNBA is, 5 years ago, you would have said this is where we're gonna be now. People probably wouldn't have believed you, because they never thought that was possible. They never thought people would buy tickets. They never thought we'd play on ABC. They never thought we'd be on ESPN. They never thought it would be sold out arenas, or little kids wanted to wear WNBA jerseys, whatever it was.
Here's what we're breaking down today. How the Caitlin Clark effect is flipping the WNBA upside down. Why Brittney Griner's name keeps popping up in the middle of every controversy. The alleged slur that lit the internet on fire, and the league's deafening silence afterward. The deeper rumors about favoritism, protection, and possibly even league rule violations. And finally, the move Caitlin just made that could blow the doors wide open. This isn't just about basketball anymore. This is about power, politics, and the future of the WNBA itself. But first, her Hoops fam, I need to hear from you. Do you think the WNBA plays favorites with its stars? And if Caitlin Clark actually exposes everything she claims to know, would the league survive the fallout? Drop your take in the comments. Hit that like button to keep women's hoops in the spotlight, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update, because trust me, this story is only getting wilder from here. To really understand why this moment feels so explosive, you've got to rewind. 5 years ago, the WNBA was in a completely different place. Games weren't selling out. National TV coverage, rare. Kids wearing WNBA jerseys, almost unheard of. The idea of record-breaking ticket sales and primetime ABC broadcasts for women's basketball, most people thought that was a fantasy. Fast forward to now, and we're in a different universe, and a huge part of that shift is the Caitlin Clark effect. From the second she stepped into the league, Caitlin brought a tidal wave of attention, sold-out arenas, soaring TV ratings, and merchandise flying off the shelves faster than the league could print it. She didn't just join the WNBA, she supercharged it. But here's the flip side. Her arrival also brought tension, a lot of it. Some veteran players see her as the golden child of the league, someone the media can't get enough of, someone who's changing the game, but also someone they feel is stepping on their territory. And in that group of vets, one name comes up again and again: Brittney Griner.
Here's proof of the Caitlin Clark effect in the WNBA, and the numbers will shock you. League-wide, records are being shattered. Not only did the Las Vegas Aces become the first team ever to completely sell out all their home games and season tickets, their game against the Fever on July 2nd was all-time. It was the highest attendance in over 2 decades, with 20,366 fans, which is higher than even the average NBA attendance. And it's been happening all season, the best opening month in 26 years and tripling national TV views, making for a clear difference when you attend a WNBA game.
Griner has been one of the most famous faces in women's basketball for years, known for her dominance on the court, her outspoken personality, and of course, her headline-making detainment and release from a Russian prison in a high-profile prisoner swap. But since Caitlin entered the league, the dynamic between these two has gotten complicated. And according to insiders, what started as competitive edge has spiraled into something way more personal and way more public. And that's where this story gets messy. At the heart of this entire entire controversy is one word: respect. Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA with a reputation as a generational talent.
How monumental is the Caitlin Clark effect? Clark will make her regular season WNBA debut on Tuesday when the Indiana Fever take on the Connecticut Sun. And as expected, the game is already sold out. The Sun's first sold-out home opener since 2003. Ticket prices have skyrocketed. Courtside seats for this game are reselling for over $2,000 each. As for the rest of the league, the Las Vegas Aces and Washington Mystics have already moved to bigger venues to accommodate for the demand when Caitlin Clark comes to town. The Indiana Fever have also become the most followed WNBA team on Instagram. The Caitlin Clark effect is real.
Someone who could drop 30 points, dish out 10 assists, and make it look easy. Fans love her. Broadcasters can't stop talking about her. Sponsors line up for her. But according to Caitlin, that success hasn't translated into fair treatment on the court.
It literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as
We're talking about repeated incidents of hard fouls, elbows to the throat, deliberate shoves, trips, and in some cases, outright targeting. Yes, basketball is physical, but if you've been watching her games closely, you know this goes beyond good defense. And one of the biggest flashpoints came during a heated matchup when cameras allegedly caught Brittney Griner calling Caitlin trash and following it up with an effing white girl as she stormed off the court. Now, whether you believe that's exactly what was said or not, the clip blew up instantly online. And here's the kicker. The WNBA's official response was nothing. No statement, no fine, no suspension. If the roles had been reversed, if Caitlin had been caught saying something similar, you can bet the league's reaction would have been very different. That's what's fueling this whole conversation about double standards. Because for Caitlin, this isn't just about trash talk. It's about a culture inside the WNBA where certain stars seem untouchable no matter what they do. And if you've been following Brittney Griner's career, you know she's been at the center of controversies before. But the league's treatment of her has always looked, well, different. And Caitlin's no longer willing to play along.
Brittney Griner finally addressed the viral video of what fans and lip readers speculate was an insult to Caitlin Clark after Griner fouled out of the game. A few weeks after the clip, she was asked what she really said, and although she doesn't exactly remember, she knows it wasn't that.
Is it possible that's what you said?
No, would never say that. There's no place for that in our league. Wouldn't say that.
So even though you can't remember, you know that was not what you said?
I know it wasn't that because I wouldn't use that type of language.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about what happens if this keeps snowballing. Because if you think this is just some locker room spat that'll blow over, you're not paying attention. The WNBA is in the middle of its biggest growth spurt ever. Attendance is up. Sponsorship deals are pouring in. This year alone, the league is projected to pull in over $1 billion, numbers that were unthinkable a decade ago. And like it or not, Caitlin Clark's arrival is a massive part of that momentum. But here's the danger. That same momentum can vanish overnight if the league's credibility takes a hit.
Well, Caitlin Clark has had a remarkable impact on attendance. 35 consecutive sellouts at Carver Hawkeye. The senior average attendance over 14,900. Rookie season with Indiana, the home average attendance, a WNBA record over 17,000. And on the road, a league record over 15,000 average attendance.
Fans are already drawing battle lines. On one side, you've got people who see Caitlin as the future of women's basketball, a player who deserves protection and respect from her peers. On the other, you've got those defending Brittney, saying Caitlin needs to earn her place and handle the physicality of the league without complaining. And when you throw in allegations of racial bias, favoritism, and selective enforcement of league rules, suddenly this isn't just about a few hard fouls anymore. We've seen it before in other sports. Look at the NBA's Tim Donaghy scandal or MLB's steroid era. Once fans start believing the league is picking favorites or looking the other way on misconduct, trust evaporates. And without trust, good luck selling tickets. Good luck landing billion-dollar broadcast deals. Good luck convincing parents to bring their kids to see their heroes if those heroes are viewed as bullies or rule breakers. If Caitlin's claims about behind-the-scenes protection are true, and if she really has proof, the WNBA won't just be facing bad PR. It could could be staring down player investigations, lost sponsorships, and an audience that starts tuning out in droves. And here's the real kicker. Caitlyn isn't backing down. She's already gone to the higher-ups. She's hinting she's got more receipts, which means every single day this stays unresolved, the stakes get higher for everyone. So where does this go from here? The WNBA has a few plays it could run. Option 1. They back Caitlyn publicly. This means acknowledging the issues she's raised, cracking down on-court targeting, and sending a message that nobody is above the rules. The risk? It could alienate veteran stars like Brittney Griner, sparking a whole new wave of division inside the league. Option 2. They protect Brittney. They double down, say the accusations are unfounded, and hope Caitlyn eventually lets it go. The risk? Fans and the media see right through it, and the league's image takes a massive credibility hit. Option 3. They go neutral, quietly mediate behind the scenes, get both players in a room, and try to sell a "we're all family" narrative. The risk? In the age of social media receipts and viral clips, fans aren't buying feel-good PR if it doesn't match what they're seeing with their own eyes. Meanwhile, outside forces are circling. Sports media outlets are licking their chops at the drama. Rival leagues, like Athletes Unlimited or even overseas pro teams, could use the tension to lure away talent. And then there's the endorsement world. Companies don't like controversy unless it sells. If this turns too ugly, sponsors might pull out, leaving both the players and the league with less money to go around. And the rivalry? It's not going anywhere. Because whether you love her or hate her, Brittney Griner's still a towering presence in women's basketball. And Caitlyn Clark? She's not just a rookie anymore, she's a cultural force. Which means every matchup between these two from here on out is going to feel like the main event. Behind closed doors, this isn't just about two players who don't get along. Multiple sources say the atmosphere in certain locker rooms has shifted since Caitlyn Clark entered the league. On some teams, players are split into camps. Those who welcome her energy and see her as a rising tide lifting all boats, and those who feel her rapid rise is overshadowing years of their own grind. And it's not just about fame, it's about paychecks. When Caitlyn's in the building, ticket sales spike. National broadcasts get scheduled. Sponsorship deals follow. For some players, that's a blessing. For others, it's a reminder that their own star power never got the same push, even after years of hard work. Now add in Brittney Griner, one of the league's biggest personalities, throwing shade in interviews, making cryptic social media posts, and allegedly getting physical on the court. That kind of behavior doesn't just create friction between her and Caitlyn. It puts other players in awkward positions. Do they speak up and risk clashing with a veteran like Brittney? Or stay silent and risk looking complicit in bullying behavior? One insider described it as walking on eggshells whenever Caitlyn's name comes up in team meetings. Another said there's unspoken pressure not to side with Caitlyn too loudly, especially if you're a rookie or a player without job security. And here's where it gets even messier. Some teammates reportedly like the villain energy Brittney brings. They say it rattles opponents and fuels competitive fire. But for Caitlyn, it's gone past competition. It feels personal. And when personal grudges leak into the game, the whole locker room feels it. From here, we've got a few possible futures. Scenario 1. The league steps in hard, investigates, disciplines where necessary, and reestablishes a baseline of respect. The feud simmers, but women's basketball comes out stronger. Scenario 2. Caitlyn drops her alleged receipts publicly, forcing the WNBA's hand. This could trigger a media firestorm, player suspensions, and maybe even a shakeup at the top of the league. Scenario 3. Nothing happens. The league stays silent, the tension festers, and every game between these two becomes a powder keg, until eventually something really ugly happens on the court. However it plays out, one thing's for sure: the WNBA can't afford to ignore this much longer. So here's the question, her hoops fam. Are we watching a necessary fight that will push the WNBA to grow up and face its own flaws? Or is this just another case of superstar egos colliding until the next big drama comes along? Drop your thoughts below. Was Caitlyn right to speak up? And do you think the league will actually back her? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because this story, it's just getting started. And when the next chapter drops, you're gonna want front row seats.